Hi guys, Blake here today with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina. Beautiful upper Lake Taneycomo, Branson, Missouri. It is, wow, I already forgot what day of the week it is. Wednesday, the 23rd. It is about 5 o'clock in the evening. Tonight I am joined by, I believe her nickname down there is Little Miss Trout Trapper. She works at Scotty's Trout Dock, otherwise known as Sammy. And we're going to do the one cast for you today. So today, currently on spot lock, we're going to take that off now and get to drifting. We are setting on the north bank, pretty tight to the inside here, right above the tennis court. And we are going to throw some jigs, which is what we've been doing already today. I have on a 2-pound line, a 16th ounce sculpin jig with a peanut butter head, and Sammy is using a tri-olive 1/8 ounce jig on 2-pound line. And so we've been out here fishing since 1 or 2 when it was raining and the wind was blowing a lot harder. We started off up at the dam throwing white jigs, trying to see if we could get any of those fish that are seeing some of those shad coming through the generators. Yeah, Sammy already had one on. She's been whooping my butt today.
One just jumped over there.
Generation, they have been running 2 units all day today. Last night they actually shut the water off from 8 until midnight, and that was so that the conservation could do a shock study to determine numbers of different areas of the lake of fish and sizes and so forth. I don't have the official numbers. I know Shane Bush will be posting those somewhere soon, so we keep you up to date on that and what their findings were. About the only fishing report we have is our fishing report. So once we switched over to these olive jigs today, from about a little bit above Lookout Island down through the Narrows, we started finding fish, maybe 3 to 4 or 5 adrift here, so pretty good numbers. No fish on the first cast. But it wasn't until we switched to the olive jigs. Last night, Nathan from the office and I went out and did some wade fishing. He had to break in his new pair of waders he got in yesterday, and the water was off, so it was perfect timing. Oh, I just missed one. And we started off throwing, he was throwing a black megaworm under a lighted indicator. I was throwing a black and white Lilley's 1/32 ounce jig under a lighted indicator. I caught one on the jig under the float, and it was really windy last night. So I switched to stripping a streamer, which gives you a little more feeling under the water. The indicator was blowing around so much it was really hard to tell whether you're getting a bite or whether it was just the waves rocking the glow stick. But about the last hour before they turned the water back on, the fish came alive for the streamer, and I don't know, caught 7 or 8. So decent night fishing. I know Captain Dwayne was just out here with a trip. He said that every time the sun would poke through the clouds, they would double and triple up on the scuds, but whenever the cloud cover would come back over, they were having a little harder time getting the fish on the hook. And once we switched to these tri-olive and sculpin jig, it doesn't seem to matter whether the sun's up or down. They're just kind of hitting the olive colors today. So interesting note, I talked to Phil just a little bit ago, and I guess he had been speaking with Shane Bush previously, and Shane sent him a study that was done in 1977 here on the lake, and they found, and I'm guessing they did, you know, like stomach samples from the fish, and they found that during the winter months that the trout actually go down and eat the algae and moss off of the bottom. Now, you know, over the last years, when you cut open a fish during this time of the year, you see the algae in their stomach and you think that maybe it's just a byproduct of them trying to eat the scuds or the sculpins out of the moss. But the study showed that the fish actually feed on that moss and algae during this time of the year. So kind of an interesting finding when we tried the olive jigs today to find out that those were working pretty good. Well, Sammy's still beating me. Alright, let's put the action back there. Hold him right there. Let me reel this in real quick. Okay. Alright, I'm going to take him off. You got to show him to the camera. Real pretty male, starting to get some of those mating colors going.
This is the first male I caught today.
Sammy, her first Taneycomo trout was a brown today. And then she's proceeded to catch the biggest, the most, and the most species. Ready? Yeah. Lip him. Alright, there we go. Oh, let me turn that camera there. There we go. Alright. Put him back. And she's still beating me. It's her first time ever throwing a jig on the lake too.
Yeah, first time ever fishing. And exactly my second time ever trout fishing, so.
Oh, her second time ever trout fishing as well. How about that?
First brown too.
Lots of firsts going on today. But yeah, really interesting that we found that they were eating these olive jigs really well today, and then Phil told me about that study that he looked at earlier today. So I'm definitely going to be fishing some more olive stuff. Might even try dragging a olive pine squirrel across the bottom. If they're really feeding on that moss and algae, those olive pine squirrels, the way they breathe, I mean, they look just like moss stuck to a rock. And I know that Dwayne's told me in the past that there's times of the year where that olive pine squirrel dragging on the bottom, just like we do the shad flies, which a shad fly is nothing but a white pine squirrel. But he said there's times of the year back in the day whenever that olive pine squirrel dragging on the bottom on a drift rig was the money. So might have to give that a try. I did notice quite a bit more algae last night, so it was the first time I've waded the dam with the water off because it hasn't been off in quite a while. But there was a significant amount more algae, even on the areas that are normally clean gravel. So kind of interesting. I know I talked to somebody yesterday. One of our rental boats that came back, they spent their afternoon fishing the long dock in front of the apartments. Oh, I missed another one. I see some fish feeding down there. They were fishing a sculpin and peach jig and a all sculpin jig from the long dock kind of down to Trout Hollow, and they had come back with a 2-man limit of fish. And we're still just drifting about 30-40 foot off the north bank. This is one of my favorite places to fish when the water's right. Just drifting down the inside edge, casting back out towards the middle, towards that deeper drop off, back up onto the flat. As we've been drifting by here today, I've seen a number of trout down there rolling over, catching stuff, drifting by them. So there are certainly some feeding trout in this area. Last night the streamer I was using was the black pine squirrel, which is probably my most common streamer I use here at night. I was getting ready to switch Nathan over to one last night and teach him how to strip a streamer at night, and then they blew the horn on us, so we had to get out of the water. I think we're in for a little bit more rain tomorrow, and then as far as I know it's supposed to clear up. I have not looked at my weather app in a day, so it's Missouri. All those things could have drastically changed by now, but last time I looked, I think we should clear up for the weekend to be a little bit nicer. I think we might have caught all the fish out of this area in our last couple drifts. Yeah, the water has cleared up significantly in this last month. The entire winter it was kind of a little turbid, but we are getting back to that normal Taneycomo clarity. Sammy was telling me that they've been having people catching minnows, or catching trout on minnows as well. Ha ha!
We've probably caught about 16 today.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good day. The last few drifts we've done through here is usually about four or five fish, so this is our slowest drift, which makes sense because we turned the camera on.
Right.
The camera always has that effect on the fish. I haven't quite figured that out yet.
Their camera shy.
Yep. This guy really took that one in the nose good. Come on.
Oh, I just missed one.
And Sammy with a swing and a miss. I might. She really got the hook in the nose pretty good. Oh, that's why. Hold on. The hook had wrapped all the way back through the net. That's fun. I'm gonna spot lock us for a second. Ew. tell me I got a pair of pliers in here. Yep. That's probably the best I've hooked a trout in a long time. There we go. Alright, bend my jig back into place. Actually bent the hook a little bit. Okay, we're back in action. I'm gonna scoot us just a little bit closer to center.
How deep is it right now?
Right now we're setting about 4 foot of water, maybe. Not too deep. Oh, he's coming to get it. Oh, he tried twice. Oh, I had him. I've had a few chasers today too. It's kind of encouraging. Whenever that water temperature's so cold, they usually won't go very far to get something, but today I've had 2 or 3 follow it all the way back to the boat like that. Okay, we are just now getting ready to enter the Narrows. We're running 2 units, so we're going to be able to just kind of float over the top of that without pulling the motor up or anything, but if they were running any less water, we would need to... Oh, swing and a miss! It's harder to hook them when you're on camera. I do like when they run a consistent 2 units. They've basically all day been running a perfect 6500, which I believe helps make the fish a little hungrier. Gets them used to one stable level of water. starting to go past Eagle Island. We are currently just about dead center of the lake, kind of fishing out towards the channel at the Narrows. And I think we'll go to just about the end of the island today. See if we can find a couple more dumb ones to bite here. Oh!
Get your stuff off.
Hey, keep your line over there. John Johnson and his group they may have left today, but I know that they were having some luck on some garlic shrimp over the last couple days. He also told me that he was catching a few on the San Juan worm up here in the trophy area. I think he always uses the big pink one. Starting to see a little bit more mating colors on the rainbows here, so I think they might be getting ready to do their thing. Saw a few reds over there in the Narrows, a few little bare spots, look like they're kind of new. Trout are starting to clean out the gravel. First got to the dam earlier, the wind was gusting at probably 30 to 40 miles an hour. And it was a lot of fun trying to keep a jig in the water. We are approaching the front side of the island where the flat starts. We're going to stay kind of closer to the middle though. We don't want to fish directly on top of that flat. Kind of want to be on that edge where it rolls off. had to talk about them to get them to come back. Oh yeah! Right at the edge of the boat. I'm just gonna pick him up. Maybe. Yeah, there's a healthy, pretty fat. So one interesting thing from Shane's report last night, they said that all the fish that they shocked up were real healthy, really fat. He predicts that some of that is due to the algae they're eating, but he said they were all very healthy fish. And I know I've talked a lot about lately slowing the boat down and swinging the jigs. I haven't really done that today. We've just kind of drifted with the current and jigged them straight back to the boat, and it has been working pretty well. So alright, it's probably my last cast. We are just about to the end of the island here. And we haven't really tried fishing the jigs much past this point today. Oh, she just had to go even with me for her last cast. That's alright. I can stand that. Might have a bigger one on there. No? Oh, it's pulling upstream pretty good.
No.
Oh! Oh, I saw it. It was about this big. Alright, well, a little bit of excitement there. We thank you guys for watching today. Like and share us on Facebook, and we'll be back out again with you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.